Okay, hi guys. This is just a little note to say that I'm going to be doing a show with Andrew again, similar to I did last month, and I'm going to be talking a lot about King Charles, his inauguration, what would you call it, his ascension chart, right? I'm going to be talking about the Queen's funeral, my take on everything that went on from an astrological, a symbolic, and a kind of conspiracy frame of mind, and I'm also going to be going into predictions for the UK. So I'll link to it over here and you'll hear me talking about all that. I may later do a kind of show where I discuss the same kind of things, but I've saved that for Andrew's show so I don't preempt it by talking about it here. I'm recording it kind of tomorrow and it'll probably go out Thursday, but I'll let you all know. Just saw this today in UK politics and it says Liz Truss, Tory MPs sending no confidence letters already. And this underlines what I said to you, that this government is not going to last, and although I'm no fan of Labour at all, I do feel there'll be a general election sometime end of this year, beginning of next year, when there will be a hung parliament, and because Uranus will be activating the UK's Saturn in the 11th house, there'll be a total mess of a coalition government and the country will be almost ungovernable. There was an interesting article by Peter Hitchens over the weekend in the Mail, and he was saying people do not realise the extent of constitutional change that happened under Blair and Brown, and that in the wings Labour and their allies are preparing a proportional representation system, the abolishment of the House of Lords, and they hoping that the proportional representation will mean that it dilutes Tory power forever, and these plans are in a very, very advanced stage. And Peter Hitchens was saying the whole kind of fabric of the UK, the traditional makeup, is being dissolved before our eyes. And I think that goes a long way to reinforce what I said during the UK April Ingress chart, where I said it was so similar to the Russian and the French Revolution. We are undergoing some kind of communist revolution here, also known as the net zero communist revolution. And so I will be looking more at the Peter Hitchens article when I chat to Andrew. And I think I've given you kind of the main gist of it, but he kind of sees things going the same way, and he says, sort of, God forbid, but there's some sort of election. This is what we're staring down the barrel of. Although, like I will say to you, the Tory government have totally sold out to the World Economic Forum anyway. It's just a matter of how fast are we going to get there, and we'll get there a lot faster with Labour and their partners. And Peter Hitchens says it's almost inevitable that Northern Ireland will be split off, and it's just a matter how much the country breaks up. And he said all this was set in motion by the devolution that Blair and Brown put in place. So he said do not underestimate the damage they did to the United Kingdom as a whole and our whole makeup of the country during the time that they were in power. So I will cover that article a little bit more with Andrew, hopefully tomorrow if I get to it. Okay, thanks guys.